The show may contain description of violent scenes, bloods, murder and intention of murder, which could be distressful for some listeners and may not be appropriate for young listeners.
蓝蓝的天空，银河里有只小白船，船上有棵桂花树，白兔在游玩。
Hi, welcome to the Popsicle podcast channel.
We're Popsicle, a podcast that brings you the true idea about Chinese culture and lifestyle through C-dramas.
I'm Kathy Ann,
I'm Izhou.
and this is our first episode ever, so Izhou will sing a song for you.
Wait, what? Me?
Yeah. Come on, people are waiting.
Okay, I'll try my best.
3, 2, 1, go.
蓝蓝的天空，银河里有只小白船。
Hang on. I have to stop you there. What song is it?
Well, have you never heard about the song?
Not really.
Okay, this is a really, really famous children's vlog song called 小白船.
Really?
Yeah, it means little white boat in Chinese.
Little white boat. Okay.
I learned this melody when I was in kindergarten, which was a rather long time ago.
In kindergarten?
Yes.
It's probably too long, so I probably forgot it.
Right.
So maybe I have heard it, but I just, forgot about it.
Well, but this song has become famous again because of the recent hit C-drama called The Bad Kids.
The Bad Kids?
Yeah. Have you never heard about that drama? It's pretty cool.
Be honest, I have watched it, but I thought, for this, I'll let you introduce it, so,
Okay, right. I would probably say this is the best C-drama about juvenile crime of 2020. I spent my whole weekend watching this drama.
Only a weekend? I think I spent a week or two on this drama.
Well, I just cannot stop to watching it. It's really good.
True. And there were so many discussions about this drama, right?
Yes, exactly. So that was my weekend. So what did you do on the weekend?
What did I do on the weekend? I think I was a bit inspired by the drama, and then I went to the mountain.
What?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, around my place.
Did you take photos or videos?
No. I did not ask
sure?
anyone to take photos of me on the top of the mountain.
Okay, I'll believe you.
Should we say why I didn't ask anyone to take the photo?
Well,
it's because of the drama.
No, let's take a look of this drama, The Bad Kids.
Okay, so The Bad Kids. So yes, I have watched it. Let's begin with the main character.
Right.
So the main character, Zhang, his full name is Zhang Dongsheng, is a teacher who's in a failing marriage. He loves his wife, Xu Jing, but she wants a divorce after having an affair.
Oh, what? Even the guy loves her?
Yep. But the girl...
I feel so sorry for him.
Yeah, the wife doesn't really like the husband.
Oh, no.
So Xu Jing wants a divorce.
Aww.
Basically.
That's not really good, isn't it?
And not really, but sometimes you just have to accept it. It's just life.
You don't just leave the person and start a new life.
It's like you need two people to make a relationship, but you only need one to cut off the relationship.
True.
Right?
Oh, that's sad.
It's pretty sad. Yes. So at the urging of Xu Jing's relatives, Dongsheng take his parents-in-law to a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So he asks his parents-in-law, mom and dad-in-laws, to help him fix his marriage. Like, obviously, he doesn't want to divorce with Xu Jing, his wife. But they refused to take the sake of Xu Jing's happiness. They were like, yeah, this guy isn't something, so you should divorce with him.
So even the parents didn't help him at that stage.
No.
Oh.
No. And Dongsheng then pushes his parents-in-law off the mountain, off the cliff.
What? No! Just because that?
Exactly, just because he wants his marriage back.
Crazy.
It was just scary when I watch it. Like the first scene of the entire drama was this man pushing two elderlies off the cliff. I was like, whoa.
That is not something I expect to see at the first scene of the drama, especially a drama called The Bad Kids.
No, definitely nothing. One is supposed to talk about the kids, not a teacher, a grown adult.
Okay, then what happened?
So, but he thought it was a perfect crime. No one would notice it. There's no CCTV up on the mountain. But you know what?
What?
This incident was unexpectedly recorded by three kids who visited the mountain to take pictures.
Call the cops! Call the cops! Call the cops!
We all hope they called the cops so there wouldn't be any stories of this one. That's how this story started. So instead, they didn't call the cops. And then we should, let's talk about the boys right now. Let's talk about the kids now. So the first one, Zhu Chaoyang, let's just name him Chaoyang in this context. Chaoyang is a young boy who constantly scores number 1 academically at school, but is detested by others for his cold demeanor.
Well, sometimes we always got one guy or girl in the school score number 1, but have no friends. Everybody call him or her a nerd.
Exactly. It's just like most people can only do one thing at a time. Either do your study well or get more friends.
If you want more friends, don't study that good.
Yeah. So
don't try that hard and study.
But there are always some people who can get more friends and then study well because their study were like they keep asking questions from their friends.
Yes.
That's how they were getting everything perfectly well.
But obviously Chaoyang is not that kind of kid.
Obviously not. And then that has something to do with his parenting. His parents are divorced and he lives with his mother. It's like the mother looks after you in every way. She cares about whether you're getting up late or whether you're having your meals properly, having three different types of veggie and one different type of meat.
Well, that's all Chinese mother do. Like,
right, yeah.
Get your protein, nutrition.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why most kids will live with their mother, not their father.
Yeah, but still, Zhu Chaoyang has some problem with his life.
Yeah. And then his mother is quite busy with work, but extremely strict on her study. I think we've all, like you two, we've all been through that, right?
Because Chinese, big population, they got like very intense competition between every student. So in that case, everybody need to study extremely hard at school, especially in a single parent family.
Exactly. Yeah. Quite competitive in Chinese. I think everyone knows, like in Asian countries, all you get is competition and more competitions. It starts from, it could start from kindergarten or primary school.
Well, you know what? One of my friends take the baby to a early childhood class. It's still not born.
It's ridiculous. It's like how can you educate a baby or when she wasn't even born?
Yeah. They basically just listen to the alpha beta songs.
Hoping that when the baby was born, she can or he can immediately pronounce ABC.
Sing the alpha beta
Exactly,
songs.
which is impossible. Or playing the piano.
But some people believe in that.
It's like the children, they should have a joyful childhood. They should just,
Yes.
enjoy themselves. And so we've talked about Chaoyang's mother.
Right.
And Chaoyang's father, Zhu Yongping, is remarried to a younger woman named Wang Yao.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a daughter named Jingjing. Remember this name. It's gonna reappear.
Right.
Well, yeah, Jingjing. I think this is a easy name for the, for other language speakers to remember. Jingjing.
It's a beautiful name. It's like a nickname.
Yeah.
It means twinkle.
Twinkle, twinkle,
Twink.
little stars.
Twinkle, twink. Yeah, in
Means
Chinese.
twinkle, twinkle, bling, bling, that kind of stuff.
That's how much Zhu Yongping loves her daughter. It's like a diamond.
Because
twinkle, twink.
So one day, it was like a pretty random day. It was all before the killings, like all before Dongsheng pushes his parents-in-laws off the hill. Chaoyang was approached by two kids. One named Yanliang. Yep. They've known each other since primary school.
Okay.
But they were pretty good friends when they were in primary. Like, I think they lost contact after primary school. Okay. I'm not too sure.
But they met again. That's the point.
But
right.
Yeah.
So was there another friend? Did you say there's two of them?
Two of them. So Yanliang introduced Yue Pu. Well, we will call her Pu Pu. It's a young, I think it was like 2 or 3 years younger than Yanliang and Chaoyang.
Okay.
And then they came together. Where they came from, Izhou? Where they traveled from?
I think it's another city.
Yeah, they were escaped from the orphanage. Those two had escaped from the orphanage and had struggled to live on the streets. So they were like only about 12 or 13. Of course, they're gonna be struggled. And Yue Pu, Pu Pu, she is pretty young and she's had asthma. And Yanliang's was her only friend from the orphanage. And then she needs 300,000 yuan for her younger brother who had leukemia.
Well, that is a lot for a kid.
It is huge. And the part I don't understand is why does she needs to make up these 300,000? Like, it's not her responsibility. I think her brother was adopted by not rich family, but adopted by a family who's probably not rich, because otherwise the family would have sorted the 300,000 yuan.
So how does she know even her brother is not in orphanage? And why that family didn't adopt Pu Pu at the same time?
I think, and then there comes to the question of whether boys are more valued than girls in the Chinese society, or at least at least decades ago, whether boys are more valued.
Oh, gender equality.
There it comes. So those three developed quite a close relationship and decide. So now they've actually recorded the killings.
So after they become good friends, they went to the mountain, take a video or picture.
Yeah, I think they did. They take some videos and pictures, photos.
And one of them recorded Zhang Dongsheng's
killing.
Yeah.
So when they came home, they were like, "Oh, wait a second.
No, there was something happened
No way."
in my video.
Yeah. And then that clip, that camera became the only evidence to prove that John was a killer.
Right.
So they were kind of, because Pupu needs 300,000 yuan for her brother.
Right.
So they decide to hand in their camera into Zhang, and then for exchange, they can get 300,000 yuan.
Blackmail.
And then they experience a series of events, which we won't talk about it here, including the death of several people. I'm only telling you that Jingjing was dead, but I won't spoil the endings. Here it comes again.
At least the plot was interesting. This drama went pretty viral among the Chinese communities. People were talking about the mountain warning in their social medias and was joking among their friends.
It's like, if I ask you to the mountain, you will die. You will not come back.
And if I ask you, if I have another opportunity,
would you come with me?
Well, yes. I want to be alive.
You will sort out my marriage for me.
So in the drama, there was a few things about China that we really want to share with you.
What are they?
In the show, there are quite a few things about Zhang Dongsheng was looked down by his wife and his in-laws and wife's relatives. Do you know why is that?
I think I know. Yes. Because Zhang was quite poor, and then his wife, what's his wife's name? Anyway, his wife and her wife's families were quite rich, right?
You got the point. So in China, we call this 倒插门.
Oh.
It literally means enter someone else's door.
By upside down.
Yeah.
Upside down. What does it mean?
It means in the old time, people called men who married and lived with the bride's family 倒插门. So which is inverting the traditional Chinese expectations.
I think I know this term in English. It's called matrilocal residence. I think that's what we're saying. Yes. But it doesn't happen very often, right? Not in the Chinese communities.
In the old time, Chinese think men should raise the whole family. Yeah.
Because it's a patriarchal society. So so these like living with wife's family doesn't really happen. Or it happens.
No, it doesn't happen that much.
Yeah, proportionally less frequently. Yeah.
Because some Western countries do, when a girl married to a man, she will change her surname to the husband's surname.
Yeah. But no one does that today.
In China.
Yeah, no one does that today in China, yes.
But in the old time, a 倒插门 guy, he has to change his surname into the woman's surname when he entering the family.
Really?
Yeah, and the children's surname will follow the woman's surname as well.
Yeah, I think in a patriarchal society where, when they say, men can do everything, it must be a shame for those guys who are living under their bride's family, with their bride's family.
People don't do that anymore. However, nowadays in China, guys don't use the woman's surname anymore, even he's a 倒插门.
Okay, but today, in reverse, the wives don't take husband's last name either.
Yeah, obviously, gender equality, that works a little bit in China, right?
It works a little bit, yes.
No one really use other surname after marriage.
Yeah.
But because of that, the meaning of Dao Chaman becomes broader.
Mm-hmm.
So like in the show, Zhang Dongsheng, even he doesn't use his wife's surname, but he came to his wife's city for the marriage, so
Yeah.
which is a big move for his life.
Yeah. I think what the term also means that depending on who buy the house, like if the wife side buy the house, that means this guy is in the matrilocal residence or Dao Chaman, like who would pay the most for this little marriage.
But in China, one thing's really, really interesting that most likely the parents will pay the money for the new couple,
Yeah.
like after they married.
Yeah, and it became a normal thing to do that. It may
Yeah.
not be very, maybe not be very normalized, in the US or in other countries, but it's like really normal. Like the parents saved up all their money just for like building a house or buying them an apartment in China.
Yeah, because normally new couples can't afford that much. Because in China, the house pretty expensive.
Gone crazy. It's gone way up between
Yeah,
5 years
especially
ago
in big
now.
cities.
Yes. Big cities, like buying a house, impossible. Just go rent one.
Even renting is quite dear,
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
There is a little survival space for the new couples. So the parents were like, yes, yeah, we're gonna help you. We're gonna help you to buy your house, and then we're gonna help you to raise your children, and then we're gonna help you, I don't know, just accept marriage.
Yeah, because my parents are like, yes, we support you with everything. We're happy to pay. Thank you for my family.
Big thank you for all the Chinese parents who are willing
Yeah.
to do this.
Yeah, but apart from that, the control of the parents is also a problem because,
True.
you take their money, so they will ask you for something.
It's like you take the money, then you should meet their expectations.
Yeah.
Like their expectation could be quite broad. Getting a good job, decent pay,
I think more about life.
more about.
Like, I wouldn't say it's a bad way, but
Mm-hmm.
their way.
Yeah. So in that plot, John was a Dao Chaman, and I think was he happy about that?
No, he was like so fake in front of his in-laws. Sometimes even he's not happy with the decision making, he has to smile in front of the in-laws and his wife.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that's the life for most Dao Chaman, probably for all Dao Chamans. And then the second point that we wanted to bring up was the orphanage.
Yanliang and Pu Pu. They grew up in an orphanage together, and
Yeah.
Yanliang was the only friend of Pu Pu. So there must be some reasons that these two kids becomes together and become each other's only friend.
Yeah. So this drama was based on a published fiction named The Bad Kids. And then there were so many changes from that book to this actually TV series. In the original book, there were plots about how Pupu was being raped and how Yan was being bullied.
So that's why they becomes only friend for each other.
Yeah, because they were the vulnerable
of the orphanage.
Yeah, so that's why they were like they escaped. But in this TV series, they escaped because Pupu's brother needs $300,000. The original story just provides more of the incentives for them to get out of this orphanage. And then I just look it up. After this TV series, I just look it up on the internet to see whether it actually happens in Chinese orphanage. Yes, it does happen in many of them.
No.
So it was a bit shocking.
That is not right. Those kids, they went orphanage looking for protect, but the reality.
It didn't happen.
That is so dark.
And then turns out they were exposed to more risks than more protections.
Oh,
I know, it's just a bit sad. So then I thought about why would these things happen? Could be lack of attentions in children's welfare from the policymakers. Like,
right.
they probably didn't see how many children are in the orphanages and then how much needs they need. And then, you know how these kids get into orphanages?
Someone sent them to the orphanage.
Yeah, it could be. And then the major one could be the one child policy starting 20 years ago.
Wow. So if a family they have more than one child, they have to send the second one to the orphanage.
Yeah, yeah. Or maybe they were pregnant, but then if they get this kid born, they have to pay the fine for violating one child policy.
So they can't afford the fine.
They couldn't afford the fine, so they dump one in the I think they dump babies in the markets for someone to pick it up,
Oh no.
or just at the front gate of the orphanages.
But the one child policy is not there anymore.
Yeah, to solve the issue of population aging, so they've now switched to two children policy, which is way better, I think.
Yeah, but still some people just think girl, gender issues.
Gender equality comes into the play. So
Yeah.
so in China, there's quite a sense of this mindset, thinking that girls are the ones who are gonna be in someone else's family. So I'd rather have a boy who can be my labor, and then who can have one girl in and one children in too.
Yeah, and they can also use the surname for
Yeah.
their grandchildren.
Yeah, because if you get a boy, you get more descendants. If you get a girl, you lose one descendant.
Yeah.
It's a strange one. It's pretty odd. It's like,
Stupid.
even if you get a girl, it's your girl.
But in some little village, people still think that way.
Yeah, in the uneducated world, I'm sure there are so many people thinking that way. I think not just in China, and
Yeah.
probably in other third
It
world.
happens in all over the world.
Yeah, especially in third world countries. If you're in a third world country and you think this offends you, let us know.
We are very, very sorry about that, but problem should be fixed.
Exactly. Should be fixed. And so it's just a pretty scary issues. And I've heard stories about volunteers visiting these orphans. And then when they visit them, they will bring some, toys with food and blah, blah, blah. And then many of them will be eventually taken by the social workers.
What?
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Why do they need the toys?
For their own children.
Aww.
Yeah.
Those people are great.
It's like you have.
They are not poor at all.
Exactly. They have income, and then they should just leave it. Respect the willingness of the donor. That's something you always should do. I'm not saying that all social workers are like that, but
that happened.
But I think from the stories I read, they happened.
Right.
There is really not much news or not much stories talking about the orphanage.
Because people don't pay attention to those. Because.
Sad. Sad but true. Let's just pay more attention to the orphanages around us, not just in China, but also in the US.
All over the world.
All over the world.
All right, welcome back.
Hey, we've talked about John was a 倒插门, the matrilocal residence, if you still remember that. And then
倒插门,
we've
right?
also talked about the orphanages in China.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty bad situations going on there. So if you can pay more attention to those kids, it will be a huge help for them.
Yeah.
And next part for us will be the family influence, right? Like how the parenting influence children, right?
Yeah. In the orphanage part, we were talking about Yanliang and Pu Pu. And as one of the three main characters, I would say that Zhu Chaoyang is the most, well, I wouldn't say outstanding, but he is quite different from the other kids.
Like in what way? He's quite smart, right?
But quite scary at the same time.
Right, yeah. I think that's because he saw how John murdered his family, and then he also hates his dad and his sister.
I think his family influence should be a big part of the reason.
Definitely.
Do you know how people said the childhood of happy people is always easy and happy, and the trauma of unhappy people often comes from the childhood?
Yeah, it's like your personality. It's formed when you were young, right?
So Zhu Chaoyang is one of those unhappy people, and Zhu Chaoyang is the boy who from a diverse family, and he lives with his mother, as we said before.
Yeah.
His mother is extremely strict about his grade, his study.
It's very strict. It's like the Asian family that you are typically thinking.
You know how when we said A+ parents, they take care of not only the physical needs of the child, also the mentally check if they happy, if they like why are they sad. But Zhu Chaoyang's parents are totally opposite.
Yeah, they were like, you need to be doing getting all A's for your study, and then going to a good
Yes.
university, getting good pay, and then by then my parenting job finishes. Now it's like your time to repay me. It's like you need to take care of my,
you're paying back everything.
yeah, it's like you take care of my retirement, and it's like a model. It's like a machine model that every kid go on. But I don't think many Chinese parenting really pay attention to how the mental health of one kid, of their children.
Yeah, because they don't really think about it. They will think, yeah, you're young, you're a child, and as you're a child, you wouldn't think that much about life. As you're a child, you shouldn't have the pressure of the life. But the reality is, even the child is young, they still can feel the pressure from their parents.
Yeah, I think I was pretty lucky because I didn't get much pressures from them. So when I was young, everyone in my class were like, they need to learn the advanced math. Like in my primary school, they need to learn the advanced math, which are supposed to be the students 5 years older than me. That's what they are supposed to be learning, and then they put that advanced math on our grade, which I think I was only about 10 or even younger. I think it happens to everyone.
Not me. So I was pretty lucky
you?
as well. No.
And then
I hate math.
You hate math, but you did so well in math. Remember in our high school, you were like, I ask you for all questions.
Well, probably because I went to the schooling system from China, and in China, I don't know, everyone said that math is pretty hard. It's another level.
That's pretty hard. It's just driving me nuts every single time. And so it's like everyone has to learn those advanced math. And if you know Chinese, that Chinese name will be 奥数. And then people go to different institution, like not within school but outside of school.
Yes. Like after school.
They have after school classes, so many of them. And then I was just
Yes.
so lucky. I didn't go to any of them. Like not even a single one.
Wow. You're lucky.
Did you?
I did. I went to Chinese, physics.
Physics?
Yeah,
In your
physics.
primary?
Well, it's like science in general, like chemistry.
Science?
Yeah. I took
Chemistry
science
in your primary school?
Yes. Like you light the candle and see what happens.
Really? You guys are in another level too. Another level from my school.
Well, because in my province, the population is huge, so the competition is even more intense.
Because you guys are close to Beijing, right? So that's
Yes.
Is that why you have a more competitive environment?
Yeah.
Yeah, like your grades just mean everything.
Everything, exactly. So Chaoyang's mother is doing the same thing. But as she is a single mother, she cannot pay much attention to Chaoyang because she needs to work longer for Chaoyang's life. Because obviously she's having a job which doesn't have decent pay.
Yeah, that's the problem with the single parenting family. It's like, I don't know, because your parent has to work, and then you need to study, and then the income, it's like it's being halved.
Chaoyang's mother was different. She's like the lady who doesn't pay much attention to Chaoyang. Even on Chaoyang's birthday, she was outside with another guy.
Having an affair?
Not affair, but like...
Yeah, she did. She does have an affair.
Well, they both single, right? It's a normal relationship, but...
Yeah. She is having an affair, but she doesn't want to marry with this guy, which is a bit contradictory. So I think, she just needs someone to take place of Chaoyang's dad.
Well, not replace. If she wants to replace Chaoyang's dad, she will get married with the man.
Yeah, she'll get married. Like, no, I don't think she wants to get married with the man, because the guy have asked her whether you want to marry me or not, and then she was like, no, because Chaoyang, blah blah blah, because I have Chaoyang, and then I don't want him to da 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 da, all these kind of things.
Yes, because for her, as long as Chaoyang studies hard and grows up healthily, she can sacrifice everything, even her marriage.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. Just like, that's how much she puts in for Chaoyang.
Because after she divorced, she always regard Chaoyang as her only hope.
Yeah, that's the key words for her. The key words. She kept saying that, oh, you're my only hope. All I want is you doing well.
Yes, because she believes that studying is the most important thing for her son. Socializing, interpersonal relationship doesn't even matter until Chaoyang graduate and enter the society.
Probably. Yeah. It's like, it's too conservative in my mind. Yeah, I just like, if I have a son, I also need a husband. I need both. Why do I sacrifice? I will make my son like my second husband.
Yeah. So, because of that, Chaoyang's mom failed to see through the loneliness and the fear of her son. Yeah. And then she paranoia to Chaoyang. So Chaoyang becomes even more abnormal.
When I read that part, when I watched that part, because it didn't really happen in the story, in the original story, and it only happened in the TV, I was like, she's not doing okay. She needs to see a doctor. That's what I thought. Mental health. Yeah. No, she wasn't doing all right. No. And then when Chaoyang sees it, Chaoyang was like, okay, I better not mess with you.
He was just taking the pressure on him. It's too much for kids who's only 13.
Oh yeah, in the story, Chaoyang was 13, but he acts like he was like 25.
Too much for him. On the other hand, Chaoyang's father built a new family and raised a daughter, Jingjing.
Jingjing, I think we've kind of spoiled that Jingjing was dead,
Yes.
right? Jingjing hates Chaoyang, and Chaoyang doesn't like Jingjing either.
Yeah.
So, of course, it's all because
Obviously.
of their dad, Yongping, Zhu Yongping. Zhu Yongping was he favors Jingjing a lot over than Chaoyang. So in this show, no one was normal. Everyone was mental.
Oh well, I think Yan Liang is alright.
Yan Liang is alright. Yeah, Yan Liang and Zhu Yongping, they were alright.
And the old policeman.
Yeah. I think I haven't put him in our plot.
Yeah,
but plot summary.
Those people are pretty normal, but the main characters,
none of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like what I think the story tries to tell us is tries to tell us that we should treat our children well. Yeah, we should create them a good environment for them to grow up, and then we probably should not pass our anger to our child.
Mm-hmm. And don't force them what they don't want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't ignore, because Chaoyang's father didn't even care about Chaoyang's happiness until Jingjing died.
Like, Zhu Jingjing died, and then he keeps questioning Chaoyang on whether Chaoyang had something to do with Zhu Jingjing's death.
And directly asking, are you the murderer of your sister?
Yeah, in which you are not supposed to do that. No. It's so bad. No. It's just so bad. We're getting a bit down for all of our parts because all of them are quite serious.
Well, this drama is quite dark, so...
So, after getting over this, after finishing this TV show, it's just like, it took me a few days to get over it.
So what did you do?
So I just went up searching for different reviews about this drama and the original story of it. So I've talked a lot about the original story.
Yeah, already. I haven't seen the original story after watching the drama.
You haven't read about it?
No.
So the original story, it's much darker. So if you think the TV show is quite dark already, no.
Oh wow.
The story is a lot more.
I think that drama is already enough for me.
Right. And then the original story just, has a lot more weight into the influence of the teacher.
So the teacher will be Zhang? Because he was a math teacher in the show, right?
Yeah, but in the original story, it doesn't really matter. It didn't even mention what subject does he teach.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't even matter what subject he teaches.
Okay.
So so John was not only a teacher in school, but he is also a teacher of murdering.
What? Because
creepy, right?
He kills his in-laws. He
kills his in-laws. It's just so creepy. So in the original story by Chaoyang's intimidation, he specifically explained how he killed his in-laws and his wife.
To Chaoyang.
Like Chaoyang just keeps asking Zhang how he killed his in-laws, how he get them up to the mountain, how he killed his wife when they were...
What?
Yeah.
That's not a Like, that's not a question from a 13-year-old boy.
No, but Chaoyang was like, I need to know. I just need to know.
What? So Zhang just keep answering.
So Chaoyang threatened, intimidated,
All right.
and
Because
then
of the video.
kept harassing Zhang to force Zhang tell him how he killed all of his parents, all of his relatives. And then so John started murdering as well.
Even Chaoyang started murdering because of Zhang is like keep telling Chaoyang how to murder others.
Yeah, but the difference is Chaoyang didn't do those, not by himself. Guess what?
What?
He asked. So after intimidation, after threatening, he then asked Zhang to help him to kill the people that he wants to kill.
Oh my god. So he was like literally using Zhang as his knife.
Exactly, like Zhang is Chaoyang's killer.
It's just a tool.
It is.
You're an adult. I'll use you.
It's like a teacher, a murder was used by a 13-year-old child.
It's ridiculous.
So yeah, so he did like he starts removing people, but in a smarter way, much smarter way.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to do it by himself. And then when the police come along, he will be like, no, I didn't do anything, and blame Zhang.
Yeah. And then and he knows that even he was found out that he asked someone to do such thing for him, he won't go into jail because there is a law for teenager protections. I don't know the name, but it's like in the book they say if you're under 14
or 16.
Yeah, probably. If you're under 14, 16 and then you kill someone, you don't have to you're not responsible for your crime.
Yeah, because somehow Chinese government protect teenagers
in a such a way. They think that you can they believe that you can change to a better person.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There are quite a large discussions about whether the young people should be protected by this way. So do you think, so my question is, do you think that we should be displaying these kind of shows to young audience?
I'm not quite sure because
it's debatable. I think it's like you know, I don't know if like, do you think that when this show is being displayed, when this show is being watched by the young audience, they will have a thought about how to kill?
Well, I won't. If I'm a kid, I'll be like scary. Like I'll be.
Yeah, because you're quite disciplined.
Well, true, but still, like no more child. They won't think about kill. They won't think about killing, right?
Yeah, but do you think that we should restrict what our young audience watch?
I think
is that something?
I think we should, because Chaoyang is I wouldn't say like the luckiest one, but Chaoyang's the boy who alive still live normally after a few people die. If young kids who watch this show and then if they have a thought that they want to kill someone, and they will think about, okay, I don't have to take the responsibility because I'm young. So they will actually think about it, which is quite dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, and in another way, if he sees someone killed, if he sees a murder scene, it might just gives him a motive to do the
Yeah.
same thing.
Especially
Okay, I'm repeating myself.
so especially Zhang Dongsheng as a teacher, there is an image that teacher teach you things, especially in Asian country, that teacher is tell you like the right things to do, not only the knowledge, but like other things,
Yeah, about what you can do, what you can't do.
like the manners. Yes,
Mm-mm. It's a complicated story.
it is. It is. That's why we call it good, because the drama is showing the dark side of the society.
Yeah. So, out of 5, how would you rate it?
I would say 4.5.
That's pretty high. Ooh,
So how
ooh.
about you? What do you think?
I would probably rate it 3.7.
Mm-hmm. It's like
It's like
average.
it's like average, but average above.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think so many of it's like the how why someone's killing someone is pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all know that this person's gonna kill, that person's gonna die. It's like everything becomes predictive when I was watching the drama.
Yeah. But the only thing is this drama has a like really open ending. It's really depends on how you think about it.
Mm-hmm. There are quite a few hints about what's the true ending is.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are quite a few directions about how you can think the ending is.
Yeah. So you can either choose believe the reality or you can choose believe the fairy tale.
Which one would you believe? Either.
I don't want to believe the reality, but that's reality. That's how it is.
Reality is reality, but
Yeah, you need to accept it.
yeah, but they didn't put they didn't put the reality very explicitly. They don't tell you which one is the reality.
No, it
It's like
didn't.
you have to guess.
Well, if you want to believe the fairy tale, some people just don't willing to see a bad ending of a drama about kids. It really depends on how you see it.
Yeah, yeah, true. It's a pretty.
So we'll just keep it open.
You just keep it open, yeah. And then
Yeah.
if you're interested, you can watch it. Where can we watch it from? I don't think you can watch it from YouTube. There is a Chinese app called 爱奇艺. So it's like mm, character letter I and then QIYI. There's a video watching app, and then you can download it and search up the Bad Kids or the Bad Boys. I think either the Bad Kids or the Bad Boys, and then you can just watch it from there. There are English subtitles, so feel free to check it out. The drama is probably on other websites where you normally watch your C-dramas from.
You can also see lots of YouTubers doing the hidden details of the backers, and you can find a lot of them like you didn't even think about.
That might give you some little surprises after binge watching it. So shall we just wrap up here? So in this episode, we've covered the trendy drama called The Bad Kids, and then we've also talked about the 倒插门, if you still remember from the beginning, and the situations in Chinese orphanages.
Yep, and we also talk about the family influence, how Chinese parents have a high respect on their kids, and also the Chinese teachers' influence.
And then how you should behave well for your kids. That's all for this week. And next week we'll bring you another one.
Another popsicle.
What flavor is this one gonna be? Like this one, the Bad Kids.
Oh, so sea salt.
Sea salt. Oh, sea
Yeah.
salt. Yes, but we won't say why. Sea salt is a good one.
But you can link with Little White Boat.
Sure. Shall we have the song again, Ija? Just sing it for us.
All
again.
right.
And bye. We'll end with the song.
Bye. See you next week.
蓝蓝的天空，银河里有只小白船，船上有棵桂花树，白兔在游玩。江儿看不见，船上也没分。飘呀飘呀，飘向西边。